profusion of blood, no, towards the outside parts of the body. So in cases like this, no, kapag may surgery, puputulan ng paa, manganganak, it is standard in the hospital that we always prepare two blood bags, no, for our patient. So bago manganak, kailangan meron munang dugo. Bago mag-surgery, kailangan meron muna tayong stored blood to pack red cells, no, to lessen the chance of patients dying because of the loss of blood. Yan. So sabi nga nila bukod sa asphyxia, ito daw yung kinamatay ni Jesus Christ, no, yung ating loss of blood. It was 1869 when John Braxton Hicks recommended the use of anticoagulant, which is the sodium phosphate as an anticoagulant, and it was 1901 when there was a formal and we have seen under microscope the antigen and antibody complex, and the founder of the blood bank, the blood group system, is also is the Carl Landsteiner. So siya po yung pinaka may evidence, no, of history ng identifying the different blood groups. So he has group members, no, kasama si Alfred von de Castello, Adriano Sturley, to identify the blood group AB. Dati po kasi ang pagpapangalan nila ng blood group na A, B at O ay ABC. Ano, yung C, it is also known as the blood group O now, but they changed it to O, no, later on. It was by the year 1907, the advancement of blood bank actually emerged, no. So marami na ang naitulong, no, from ng iba't ibang scientists, no, with the invention of this one. It was Ludwig Hectowen suggested the safety of transfusion by cross matching. So we have the process of major and minor cross matching. For the major cross match, our samples would be the donor's red cell. No, that's why we need to use ETA specimen and the patient's serum. No, so this is the reason why we need to collect samples to blood tube, no, in collecting samples from our donor and our patient, because we need to check their compatibility using red cell and using serum. So this one is also known as the forward and reverse grouping, no. So it was the Dr. Richard Weil who performed the ABO typing and compatibility testing. So, siya din yung nag-recommend that we check for the inheritance of blood groups, no? So, hindi pala siya automatic, no, na pare-pareho tayo ng blood grouping. It is important to identify the different blood groups prior transfusion. 1907, John Jansky of Czechoslovakia, and 1910, William Lorenzo Moss of the United States identified the blood groups independently, no, using numerals 1, 2, 3, and 4, um, directly related to blood groups A, B, and O. So 1913, it was Edward Lindemann who was first succeeded vein-to-vein transfusion, no? So using cannula. So dati po kasi, no, tatanggalin lang sa parang bubutasan lang, lalabas yung dugo sa arteries, tapos itatransfuse sa vein ng ating recipient. So of course, when we try to bleed blood from the arteries, it has a pressure inside because arteries contains oxygenated blood, while the veins contains deoxygenated blood. So the one that we need is from deoxy. No, kasi kapag meron pong pressure during transfusion or bleeding, um, aagos lang yung dugo and it will not stop, no? Yung laki po ng butas ng needle natin, alam po siguro ng mga iba yan na nakapag-donate na ng blood, no? Mas malaki pa yan sa butas ng straw ng sesto, no? So, it was, kung meron tayong bleeding tendencies, medyo it will be longer, no? Takes a longer time for it to stop. Then it was Lester Unger, no? Anger, decided the syringe valve apparatus with a stopcock. The purpose of this stopcock is not to spatter the blood. No, kung halimbawa kasi ito yung tubing, for example, ito yung tubing ng ating blood bags, dito dumadalo yung dugo, ganyan. Once you have pulled the needle, no, from our donor, ganyan, the process with, of course, with the law of physics, ang mangyayari diyan is lalabas yung dugo doon sa needle. So para siyang may clip, no, that is the stopcock. Para po dahan-dahan yung transfusion at magi-stop din po yung pag-leak ng blood from the tubing or piping of the blood bags. It was Ruben Ottenberg. He reiterated the importance of compatibility testing because of the reactions of transfusion. Of course, with the presence of different blood groups, simply the AB, and O, it just simply identifies na each and every person is unique because of our genealogy na tinatawag. Of course, magkakaiba tayo ng nanay, tatay, and even in the history of genetics, it was identified that in every offspring, there is only 1/4 chance of transmitting the genes, no, from both parents. So kapag mas maraming anak, no, mas maraming chances na ayun magkaroon sila ng matches, no, or compatibility. That's why when we have transfusion or grand transplantation, for example, the first choice it would be our sibling. It was 1914 when Albert Huston reported the use of sodium citrate. So from phosphate ni Braxton Hicks noong 1869, naging sodium citrate na po, no, ni Albert Huston. So it was 1915 naman when Dr. Richard Lewison formulates the correct concentration of sodium citrate with gelation. So kailangan po kasi hindi namumuo yung blood, no? And it was also demonstrated that we need more carbohydrates, no? We need more sugar doon sa ating blood to maintain its viability. So ibig sabihin kapag ka merong bukod sa additives to prolong the shelf life of our RBC, the RBC also needs saline, it also needs carbohydrates, it also needs sugar, no, for it to have a longer span of life, no. Yan. So si Francis Peyton Ross and Joseph R. Turner, sila naman yung citrate dextrose solution. So ito na po, yung citrate pinagsama na, no, yung invention ni Dr. Richard Weil at saka ni Lewison, dinagdagan ni Peyton at saka ni Turner ng dextrose, which is sugar. So meron ka ng citrate, meron ka ng dextrose, plus ilalagay mo siya sa ref, no? So yun yung pinaka latest na invention that we still adopt up to the present time. And we have Percy Lane Oliver. So he established the first British Red Cross. 1924, Felix Bernstein, Inheritance of Blood Groups. And of course, 1927, when there was the first foundation of the American Association of Immunologists. Of course, the importance of this is to identify and discover the different transfusion reactions. It was Federico Duran Jorda organized the highly successful mobile blood bank during the Civil War. So, nung panahon po ng Civil War, it was actually appreciated already because during the times, no, binaban yung transfusion medicine because of the humanely rights, no. Syempre hindi pa nila na-discover na kailangan pala pareho muna yung blood group, kailangan pala may compatibility testing muna. So marami pong namamatay. But during the Spanish Civil War, nung panahon na po ito ni Captain America, maraming namamatay, maraming na-amputate. So they still tried, no, to pursue transfusion medicine. So dito na-appreciate kasi marami pong nabuhay, na-amputate tapos na-transfusean ng mga dugo, ganyan, and they are still living even after the transfusion. So it was well appreciated, and it was adopted na, no, fully by the people and the government. So it was 1937 when Bernard Fantus established the Hospital Blood Bank in USA, Cook County Hospital, Chicago. It was the first blood bank that caused operations and save bloods for future use. It was Edwin J. Kohn developed the cold ethanol fractionation, wherein we tried, also known as the apheresis, wherein we try to extract some portions of blood and use it for specific reasons. Let's say, for example, in one whole blood, we separate the plasma, we separate the platelets, and we separate the packed red cells for the different purposes. So platelet usually for dengue or for dehydration, as well as the plasma for dehydration and bleeding tendencies, and for the packed red cells, we usually transfuse that to the patients who are losing their RBCs, anemia patients, pwede ring leukemia patients, ganyan, or during operations. Karlan Steiner, so besides the blood grouping, they also discovered in 1940 that besides that, there are also genes on the surface of the RBCs that um, creates a transfusion reaction in the form of RH, nor also known as the rhesus. In 1941, the U.S. government established the Plasma for Britain program headed by Charles Drew. The purpose of this is to collect blood, no, from 15,000 people and produce 5,500 vials of plasma. Before po kasi, since plasma ito, it does not actually cause much of transfusion reaction. But if it happens, it's rare. If this happens, ito po yung also known as the stem cell therapy, wherein we get or we harvest the plasma or the serum from animals, specifically the sheep or the goat, in 1990s kasi kapareho po natin din siya ng lineage, no? And it is not considered to be toxic to humans. So, kaya po nagiging immortal si former First Lady Imelda Marcos at former Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile, because during the first experimentation of stem cell therapy, where blood is also known as the fountain of youth, no? Stem cells contains the baby cells coming from the bone marrow or pwede ring cord blood, ganyan. So, they were active in transfusion ng stem cell therapy. So, do you think it works, no? It actually worked kasi hanggang ngayon buhay pa rin sila. Their organs are actually healthy. Kung nagkakasakit man sila, of course, because of the old age. But imagine their life na umabot sila ng 90 plus. 95 na nga ata si Enrile, no? Yung sabi nga nila, panahon pa ng dinosaur. So, February 1941, Dr. Charles Drew appointed as director of the first blood bank in Presbyterian Hospital. So, this hospital is still working up to present. So 1943, more of the improvement, no, of the anticoagulants, no, nung 1990s, more of improvement na talaga siya ng mga anticoagulants, which kind of anticoagulant could give us the longest preservation time, and of course yan, allowed to be stored up to 3 to 4 weeks, no. Acid citrate dextrose, or also known as the ACD, ganun na po katagal dati, no, dati, because we can still prolong this one. And it was 1945, no, when Robin Coombs, Arthur Morant, or Robert Russell Reyes described the use of AHG, or also known as the anti-human globulin. The AHG is the very last step of cross matching and the most important test in compatibility testing, because if there are no reaction from the previous procedures but we receive coagulation dito sa ating specimen, no, sa last stage ng AHG test. Ibig sabihin po nito, they do not share the same genes, they will react at sila po ay incompatible. Most cases that we encounter wherein sa last stage nagkakaroon ng reaction yung ating donor and patient is if the patient has the history of frequent transfusion reaction. Pwedeng siya ay may sakit, pwedeng siya ay may cancer, may leukemia, pwedeng yung patient natin ay lagi ding nasasalinan dahil siya ay may dialysis for example, o kaya naman galing lang siya sa recent surgery, ganyan ganyan. So and if you don't know, the blood groups or our blood types could be changed kapag tayo po ay nasalinan or we underwent bone marrow transplantation. So because the new bone marrow will trigger or produce the new blood cells, so it could change our blood group in the future. Ganyan. So it was Louis Diamond developed the umbilical vein exchange transfusion procedure, father of pediatric hematology. But we do not do that now. No, iniiwasan na lang natin yung transfusion reactions. In cases, rare cases, we perform, but sa Pilipinas we do not do this. The AABB, also known as the American Association of Blood Bank, is the purpose of this is to promote goals among blood banking practitioners and the blood donating public. So the AABB sets the standard, no, of proper collection, procedure, recruitment, and even yung determining of compatibility. Tayo sa Pilipinas, we follow the standard of the AABB, American Association of Blood Bank. So they produce books, they produce seminars, conventions, ganyan, for us to improve our knowledge in blood banking. It was 1951 when Edward Kohn developed the first cell separator. 1952, Carl Walter and Murphy Jr. introduced the flexible sealed collapsible plastic bags. No, kasi dati it is made up of glasswares, and those glasswares or yung mga malalaking para siyang yung sa dextrose nga, and the needles before were reused, no. So naimbento na rin yung paggamit ng plastic, yung preservative with plastics, no, plastic bags, for it to be the storage of the blood samples, ganyan. So 1957, it was John Gibson who introduced and preserved the solution of CPD, no, or the citrate phosphate dextrose with 21 days shelf life. So it is also known now as the CPDA1. Ito rin po yung ginagamit natin currently sa blood bank laboratory. So when you try to see the blood bag, no, meron ka agad yung parang tubig sa loob. Just like when you check your EDTA tubes, they have like the sputter of liquid inside. That is actually the preservative. The preservative is around 150 ml in 500 ml blood bag. So, nasa around 350 ml lang po the most yung pwede nating i-collect, no? Because we need to weigh the blood bags, no? Hindi po kasi siya pwedeng sobrang punong-puno or botsog yung tawag namin, no? We need to weigh the blood bags for it to ensure that kasi sinicentrifuge din po yon yung mga blood bags natin to separate the different components of blood. Yung centrifuge ng blood bank para po siyang washing machine. Ganun siya kalaki, ganun din po siya sorry, ganun din po siya kaingay. So in cases like that, no, in cases like that, kapag sobrang puno yung blood bag, sasabog, no? Katulad lang din po ng ating test tubes na kapag hindi siya pantay or punong-puno, it will also explode. Same principle that we apply in the blood bags. So, ayan. So, meron tayong AS1, AS2, ayan. and AS5, which a chemical that will be added to the blood bag. So from 35 days, madadagdagan siya ng 7 days, which will last to up to 42 days. But in real life class, we only follow this, no? Because there is a different chemical that we may add to the blood bag for it to last to 40 days, 42 days rather. Yan. So it was 1962 when Dr. Joseph Garrott Allen paying for units and increased risk of post-transfusion hepatitis. So even if there is a higher purpose of transfusion, it was also recorded that meron din palang side effects yung transfusion na ito sa mga recipient, and that is of course yung pagkakaroon nga or matatransfer din yung mga infections from the donor to the recipient. So he first postulated the effectivity of prevention of febrile transfusion reaction. Kasi po, ang ating pasyente, habang sinasalinan po natin yan ng dugo, meron po nakaipit sa kanilang thermometer or temperature monitoring. An increase of 1 degree of temperature of our patient indicates febrile transfusion. So, ibig sabihin, there is something in the donor's blood that do not match or reacts to the body of our recipient. So, in that case, ano po ang gagawin? We need to immediately stop the transfusion because it may lead to death, no, ng ating pasyente within 24 hours. Then, what shall we do next? We need to infuse NSS or saline to our patient to wash, no, the presence of these transfused RBCs or blood derivatives to our patient. So, ganun po kahigpit, no, or kabilis din yung transfusion reactions. So 1964, instead of blood to be transfused, it is plasma to be transfused. No, it is also known as the plasmapheresis. We only harvest, no, we only harvest plasma, then we only transfuse plasma. So how does it happen? We have the apheresis machine wherein habang kinukuha na ng dugo yung ating pasyente, the blood will flow through a specific machine, yung apheresis machine natin. Then it will return the blood that is not needed by the machine. Kung RBC siya, kasi nga plasma lang ang kailangan niya, then they will just harvest the plasma. So with the advancement of technology, just like the inventions of Coulter counter sa hematology, where it can identify the different types of cells, if it's WBC, RBC, platelets, and the other forms of WBC differential. Ganun din po yung principle na ginagamit natin dito sa apheresis machine. Kapag na-identify niya na hindi naman to platelet, they will not harvest that. It was 1965 when Judith Graham Poole and Angela Shannon found that there are more concentrated form of plasma, which is in the form of factor 8, or also known as the cryo-precipitated plasma. So for the cryo sorry, for the cryoprecipitated plasma, ang ginagawa po dito is after harvesting plasma, we store that, no? We freeze that in negative temperatures, and this one is stable for at least 1 year. The purpose of cryoprecipitated plasma is just like the plasma. However, it is more concentrated because it has more fibrinogen, and it can be separated with the different techniques of centrifugation. So don't you worry, everyone. We will try to discuss all the derivatives, no, paano rin sila nagkaiba sa isa't isa, pero that one is towards the finals na po. So ngayon, let's just focus on the history of the inventions and development of blood banking. After that, we also have 1968, Kenneth Merle Brinkhouse, no, and Sean Brom produced concentrated factor 8 by pooling hundreds of thousands of units of plasma. So ano pong ibig sabihin ng blood pooling or plasma pooling? Pinagsasama-sama po yung mga liquids. Let's say for example, liquid ni Ashley, yung plasma niya, yung plasma din ng ibang donors, pagsasamahin natin yan, ilalagay natin sa isang blood bag. So, since it is plasma, it does not contain RBCs, then there will be no transfusion reaction. Will it be okay? Yes. The answer is yes. Can it still save lives? Yes, no? Sa mga patients with severe um, bleeding deficiencies, sa bleeding tendencies, and patients na nasunog, nagkaroon ng burns, ganyan, or dehydration due to dengue, for example, pool of plasma can still be used for transfusion. So, ito po yung pinagkaiba kasi ng mga doktor na nag-medtech at saka doktor na hindi nag-medtech. So, they just know that in patients with dengue, kailangan of course ng platelets kasi ito yung unang nade-deprive or nasisira, nagkakaroon ng loss, no, whenever we have dengue. But it is also important to rehydrate our patient. And it's not only platelets that can be transfused, pwede rin pong fresh frozen plasma or simply plasma. Okay? So, in continuation of history, 1969, Scott Murphy and Frank Gardner demonstrated that the correct storing of platelets should be in room temperature because the platelets has the capacity to aggregate. Kapag po yung isang blood bag na puro platelets, hinayaan mo, hindi siya nag-agitate. No? Agitating kailangan siya with constant motion, stable temperature of 37 degrees for 5 days, yun lang po yung expiration niya, we could still use that, no? Pero kapagka hindi inagitate, no, nilagay din sa ref, it cannot be transfused, no? Kasi ang purpose po ng platelets natin is to create a platelet plug formation or kung meron mang butas, babarahan niya. So kapagka sila ay free, platelets ay free, sila po ay magkukumpol-kumpulan lang, no? So kailangan sila po ay with constant agitation when we are storing. Then, 1970, blood banks move toward an all-volunteer blood donor system. Yan. Grow and colleagues demonstrated the graft the versus host disease that could be prevented by irradiation of blood components. Nangyayari yon, yung tipong blood group A ka, blood group A din yung donor mo, kapatid mo pa, pero mismatch pa rin, incompatible pa rin. Because again, each and every person is unique. So ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Kahit na pareho tayo ng lolo at lola, yung formation ng genes natin, nagkakaiba pa rin po from one person to another. That makes us unique, no? Our genes. No? Kaya po yung DNA natin nag-iisa lang 'yan. Wala po tayong kakopya niyan. So for it to be a lesson na kahit na pareho tayo ng nanay at tatay or pareho tayo ng blood group tapos hindi pa rin compatible, para maiwasan 'yan, we irradiate or we subject the blood bag to pinapatay natin yung mga WBCs. That is the irradiation that we are referring to. So if that one is irradiated, wala masyadong WBCs, wala din pong antigen antibody complex interaction, kumbaga. No, so parang um, para yung dalawang lalaki hindi silang magsuntukan, pareho na lang silang hindi magchu-chewing gum at hindi na lang sila magtitinginan sa isa't isa, no? Parang gano'n po siya. In 1972, Herbert Callis invented the apheresis machine, no, for blood component transfusion. 1975, George Kohler and Cesar Milstein discovered the monoclonal antibodies. Yung monoclonal antibodies natin, these are the antigen-antibody complex that only specific for one gene. Mono means one antibody. So, ito yung anti-sera A, anti-sera B, and the RH. Those are the monoclonal antibody. For polyclonal antibody, that one is the green, that one is the anti-human globulin test, no? So, ayan. So, transfusion-related hepatitis known primarily to non-B. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Hindi siya A, hindi siya B, so hepatitis C siya. So, it is the hepatitis that is usually associated with transfusion, no? Hepatitis C. Bakit? This one is also associated with the presence of Kaposi sarcoma, AIDS, no? Because of the sharing of needles, sharing of needles ng mga drugista, mga nagda-drugs, at saka ng pasyenteng may AIDS. No, ayan. And of course, Western countries, European countries, they are, tawag dito, more liberated. So, at saka dati, kapag ka tinanggal ka sa trabaho, tapos dahil may AIDS ka, may hepatitis ka, etc., that is a form of, can you give me the word? That is a form of, can you give me the word? Yung parang, mm, 1990s usong-uso po 'yan, yung mga discrimination 'yan. That includes, tuberculosis as well. Yan. So, 1985, first serologic test to detect HIV. So, nagkaroon na rin po ng importance, no, or nai-reiterate po yung importance ng pagte-test ng mga blood before transfusion kasi yes, we have gained the purpose of saving lives of our patient, but in the long term, nagkasakit naman siya. So, we prevent that also. And before World War II, the blood was collected and directly administered to patient without um, anticoagulants. No. And after World War, voluntary donation began and promoted because of the good effects, no, of transfusion medicine during the World War. So it was July 17, 1948, when the Philippine National Red Cross was launched to the country. So it is the main constant and ready supply for whole blood. No, it was the former President Elpidio Corino who was the first blood donor, and RA 1517 was passed into law, also known as the Blood Bank Law, and the repealed by RA 7719. So ito yung old 1517, RA 7719 na siya ngayon, also known as the National Blood Services Act of 1994, passed into law noong 1994. Class, ano nakikita natin problema dito? Maganda, merong batas na nagme-maintain ng blood donation, procedures, techniques, improvements of the techniques also of the blood bank people, ng facility, etc. Kapag may maling ginagawa, nire-report, etc. Anong problema? 1994 pa siya. 1994, 2004, 2014, 2024. Ito po yung problema sa mga batas natin sa Pilipinas. 30 years old na yung ating batas, there is no improvement, no? And so paano, no? Do you think it is still the same situation 30 years ago? So pwedeng hindi na, no? Actually 31 years ago na siya. Sa April 28, no, pero walang improvement. So ito sana yung hinihiling natin sa health sector system, no, that we improve. There are laws, no, that encompasses our healthcare system. However, it was way back, no. Kaya po yung leadership ni former President Marcos Sr., kaya po siya napuri talaga ng madaming beses kasi marami siyang na-improve, marami siyang naipagawa, marami siyang na-promote. However, it was not continued. No, it was not continued. The purpose was okay, the purpose was good, no? Actually kasama po yung RA 5527 natin diyan, no? Yung MedTech law. Kasama po 'yan sa pinirmahan ni former President Marcos, pero hindi ako ano baka sabihin niyo meron akong kinikilingan ganyan, 'di naman po. Wala din naman akong bias sa presidents, pero 'yun lang sana mabigyan din ng pagkakataon na ma-improve. Kasi kung batas po yung paiiralin natin, then all of us will benefit, 'di ba? Kaysa naman mabigyan ka lang ng ano, ng mga pagkain, 4 piece, et cetera. How about the people who are actually paying taxes, no, like us, no? Bibigyan namin ng pangkain yung mga hindi naman nagtatrabaho. So it doesn't seem fair. So however, if we will put it into law, no, so kahit basurero nakatanggap ng blood bag, kahit nagtatrabaho nakatanggap ng blood bag, kahit na mayamang tao nakaka-receive ng blood bag in cases of emergency, then that's fair, 'di ba? At least we will put that into law. Then next one is the 1957 Blood Gatherers Club, or BGC, formed by 16 blood donors at the Philippine Colombian Club. So it was the first president was Father John Bush, and the current president is Police Superintendent Joel Torregoza. So ayan. So the purpose of this is to improve, no, or the donor recruitment. Kaya po minsan makikita natin hindi lang sa school, hindi lang sa satellite clinics or laboratories, hindi lang sa mismong Red Cross, pati sa malls meron na. It was May 13, 1981, when Marcos Sr. Promoted the Memorandum Circular Number 10 Series of 1981, promoting the voluntary blood donation. So as future RMTs, no, and medical practitioners, it is also under our oath, no, that we promote the healthcare, and we promote the improvement, no, of healthcare system in the Philippines. Yan. So created an ad hoc committee to study the decrease in number of professional blood donors. So we must donate, no, if we can. So I am also an active donor before, but ayan na ang nangyari, no. It was early diagnosed that I have a chronic anemia. So hindi pala I had to stop. So my last donation was 7 years ago. So gano'n na siya katagal, and I'm still striving to be in normal conditions of hemoglobin and hematocrit, ganyan. So before you donate also, check yourselves, no, if you are okay, if you're ready. But as a young individual, I think you're still okay. Pero maganda 'yan, no, kasi hindi during blood donation naman, it can clearly identify if you are fit for donation or not. Yan, June 8, 1983, Dr. Thomas Maramba Jr., he was the first president of PSP. Ayan, or representative to discuss and promote the voluntary blood donation. Ayan, so sa Philippine Military Academy. Yan. Ayan, so history of blood bank in the Philippines, February 1984, registered with SEC, no? Kailangan po kasi lahat ng organization ma-register, no? Ang SEC means Security and Exchange Commission. April 1984, first officers inducted Lieutenant General Fidel V. Ramos. Kaya po, very close to the heart ang Army, Marines, Coast Guard, Police, ganyan. Ang saya girls, no? Lalo na kapagka napunta kayo sa blood donation drive ng Philippine Military Academy or MAAP, yung mga military schools na yan, ganyan. Saya. Alam nyo, parang kayo ang pinakamaganda sa mga mata nila. Charot. Talagang ano, talagang wala bawal kasi silang lumabas, eh. Wala din silang nakikitang tao. Plus, they are urged to donate kasi nga kapag kayo po ay nagseserbisyo na para sa gobyerno, volunteerism is a must. No, and July 1985, PBCC joined celebration of the donor. So how about you, class? Have you tried to donate blood? Ganyan, masaya kayang mag-donate, masakit mag-donate, 'no? Meron bang naka-experience na sa inyong mag-donate? Continuation of history of blood bank in the Philippines, Department Circular Number 99, series of 1987, policies by DOH to provide an adequate supply and to encourage the efficient utilization of blood resources, no? Kaya po yung mga Red Cross and different hospitals like the AYAC Med and Manila Med, even if meron pa silang blood bags, no, sa kanilang storage, they still promote. Kasi po, we also borrow bloods. Halimbawa, pumunta ka sa AYAC Med, wala na silang dugo. Punta tayo sa Manila Med naman. Hiram ng dugo, palitan na lang ng donor, etc. So what's important is that it is donated, it is not being bought. No, yung sinasabi natin na binibili daw yung dugo, hindi po totoo 'yan. Yung dugo po ay hindi binibili, binabayaran po natin yung screening na ginawa sa blood bag para ma-donate sa ating recipient ng safe, okay, at walang sakit na maipapasa. So the department ordered 339K series of 1988 creation of Community of National Blood Services Program under the admin order of 118 AS as 1992. The objective is to again no reiterate the adequacy no and equitable supply of safe blood products. So again ha, we reiterate safe, hindi na lang siya simply blood products but safe blood products. Then